Some months ago, during an event, I noted the presence of a stranger. It made me very nervous. I felt I needed to escape. He smiled at me warmly, and that familiarity triggered my everyday secret drama, not remembering people. Who is he? Do I know him? My brain became a boiling soup of stress, and my question was, does he work with me? If he worked at my office and I didn't recognize him, that would be rude. But I'm not rude or crazy. The fact is, I have face blindness. It's a disorder, a condition, with an extravagant scientific name, prosopagnosia. It's a neurological condition characterized by the inability to recognize the faces of familiar people. It is thought to result from abnormalities, damage, or impairment on the side of the brain that controls facial perception and memory. It can result from stroke, traumatic brain injury, or neurodegenerative diseases. A recent study indicates that 1 in 33 people suffers from some degree of prosopagnosia. Famous people like primatologist Jane Goodall and actor Brad Pitt are two names who have claimed to suffer from it. Inabilities to recognize faces were documented in the 19th century, but it was German neurologist Joachim Bodemer who used the term prosopagnosia for the first time in 1947 after treating wounded soldiers. My face blindness is moderate. I can recognize my family, most of my friends and colleagues, so it's far less painful than for people who can't recognize their parents, their children, or even themselves in the mirror. But even though I survive my condition daily, it is exhausting. It's normal for me to feel anxiety and self-punishment as I try to remember someone's face. It makes me miserable not knowing who people are or if we have any connection, because that's the way I relate to people. I connect deeply. There is no known cure for prosopagnosia, and so like others, I've developed my survival checklist technique. I focus on people's hands. Are they big or small? The ears, are they alike? Do they wear watches? On which wrist? Things such as hair and voice help too. And what about work and prosopagnosia? Work is a tough one, especially for a journalist. I covered an important drug lord trial in New York once, and day after day, I struggled because I couldn't recognize most of the other journalists in the group. There was a trio always seated together, averaging 30 years old. They were different, but shared the same, cool style. It was like looking at 3 zebras. How could I know who is who? I ended up isolating myself, having lunch in a corner, because I felt that explaining was a complicated mission. Beyond the anecdotes, making people invisible is aggressive to me. So, of course, I hate making people feel that way too. But maybe the message here is that some people, like me, carry a socially misunderstood brain disorder that makes our daily lives challenging, but we want to be friendly, and feel free to ask without any shame or fear, who are you again?